Hi, I'm James Kotecki. This is Softball Interviews with James Kotecki. This is Daniel Libit. Today we're talking about the news story on everyone's minds and lips. Rod Blagojevich indicted for numerous corrupt dealings. What's the deal with this guy? You read the transcripts of this, right?
Yeah, well, the transcripts are kind of easy because right now we haven't heard the transcripts, we've just read the transcripts. And we've seen quite a bit of swearing, particularly directed at Barack Obama.
Yes.
But one of the less important things, but one of the more curious things is what was really the affect he was saying this with? Was he saying it, I mean, he's talking with confidants, kind of plotting. The transcripts seemed like he was in like this sort of rage. He was just cussing. You can imagine things being thrown about. But, you know, so was he just really angry, or was he just kind of blasé, like, bleep Obama, I don't care, or bleep Obama, like he's angry at the guy?
Do you know anything about Illinois politics at all? Are you from there?
I'm not from there. I know a little bit about Illinois politics.
Is this the worst gubernatorial scandal in recent times?
Well, this is sort of adding to a narrative about sort of the Chicago political corruption scheme, and it certainly doesn't help. I mean, he's not the only one. This is probably one of the more egregious ones if it turns out to be true.
Right.
I mean, and I think people, particularly on the Hill yesterday, when they were commenting, Senator Durbin gave a statement. Everybody from the delegation, the Democrats, gave a statement on this. They said they were shocked and saddened, and also there was a suggestion they were a little taken aback how brazen it was.
I mean, if they're going to be this corrupt, they might as well start wearing fedoras and bootlegging hooch and talking like wise guys, see? But speaking of the delegation from Illinois, some of these members of the delegation, one in particular, could be tied up in this, right? And who was this person?
Well, ABC is reporting this morning that this is Jesse Jackson Jr., the congressman from Chicago. Now, we have to be careful because, again, this is not an investigation that has found that Jesse Jackson Jr. did anything. This is transcripts of Blagojevich, you know, saying to people on the telephone that Jesse Jackson Jr.'s surrogates or handlers were willing to, you know, pay him $1 million for this seat. So we got to be real careful with that. But yeah, your larger point is absolutely correct. That how, you know, this can be sort of an expanding pool of people who are you know, if not implicated, then certainly sort of compromised because of this, and it makes the seat kind of undesirable. Whoever takes the seat is going to have such heavy scrutiny. You know, why did they get it? What did they do to get it? So long as he's in the mix, which is why the Democrats want, you know, some you know, immediate change to the scenery, either a special election or a new person picking the Senate.
Right, and on the last point, though, it does seem like no one's really talking about New York, where there's a similar situation. The governor has the opportunity to appoint, and I don't believe the governor has any restrictions in New York either about whom he chooses to appoint. Has anyone thought that this could turn back against Patterson in the sense that just to avoid any potential charges of corruption, he might do some kind of special election there?
All these things, of course. I mean, this is a national political, you know, scheme. Everything plays into one another, and it's also interesting to note that you have the two largest states with Democratic governors, and their lieutenants are picking, or you know, conceivably are going to be picking, you know, these Senate replacements for both Clinton and Obama.
How would the lieutenant governor in New York pick Why would the lieutenant governor in New York pick the replacement for Clinton?
Well, Patterson was a former lieutenant.
Well, he was, but now he is the governor.
Right. So it's
boom. Don't pearl any crap like that on my show, America.
I thought this was softball interviews.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you're probably right. What do I know about politics?